Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! It's time!
What's up? How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday to you all. We are live. That's right, mother flowers. We are now live. It is another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. We're also live over on Twitch. We're also live over on Kick, just so you guys know as well. And I know it looks like in this photograph, looking at this photograph, it looks like I got motorboated. This is like Romeo said in the group chat, because I tend to like send these thumbnails to our group chat just so they can see what I have in store for the show, right? And I think Romeo said it. It looks like I got motorboated by a, it looks like I just motorboated a Smurf. What it looks like. I know. But hey, I'm trying to be creative, okay? You know what I'm saying? At least I'm trying to be creative here, okay? So just, it is what it is. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, what's up? It's me. It's Steve. How you doing? ¿Cómo estás? How's your day going so far? Can't hear you. But honestly, I wish I could hear you. I wish, you're having a good one. A lot, again, a lot to get into with this show, but we could talk about Monday Night Raw, right? We could talk about the big news that broke down today, or we could talk about the outrage that you're seeing online with the PWI 500. You know what I mean? That's seen so much shit. Yeah, I thought Raw overall, it was a fun watch. For the most part, I thought the main event, those two women went out there and they killed it. You know what I'm saying? So there was that. And also factor in, it was the post WrestlePalooza show. What do you mean, okay, why the blue face? Because, the idea is that Asuka hit me with the mist. That's why. Come on, man. This is from Chief. What's going on, Chief? What's up? Raw was great last night. Shout out to ESPN for the grade. They got Triple H and creative team to start putting more effort. We'll get into that also, Chief. Hang on tight there. Hang on tight. If you guys also have questions for me, feel free to drop in your questions down below as well. And if you guys are feeling generous, appreciative, right? Please, oh, please hit that super chat. It is welcomed here. All right. If you want to, it's so appreciated. If you do, hit that dollar logo that you see in the chat. Again, if you want to, it'll be appreciated. And also we'll guarantee that your comment will be read, on the show. But, again, for me, I thought Raw last night was a fun watch. Post WrestlePalooza. Right, you kind of had an idea of the direction that they were going in, right? Because hey, Crown Jewel's coming up, and we know what they tend to do with these shows, right? It's the world champion versus WWE. You get the idea, champion and champion match and stuff like that. So you kind of have an idea of the expectation of what's going to be going down. And boy, did we get that! But let's get into this real quick. I'm sure you guys heard by now. Early this morning, it was made official, right? And it's funny because I think yesterday, I'm talking about AJ Styles and John Cena, right? It's happening at Crown Jewel, right? Saturday, October 11th at 8 in the morning Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. So basically, at this hour, I'm going into my third hour of work. It's a short day on Saturday, sometime, not all the time. They're not going to probably wrestle until probably hour number after the first hour. So think of it like 9 a.m., point is, though, on social media, I think Cena called out AJ Styles. He wants to wrestle AJ. He wants to prove that, he doesn't choose his opponents and stuff like that. And, AJ responded. He accepted too. And Triple H, heard. And the fans also want this match too, right? As part of the retirement tour that Cena has. And when you think about it too, right? AJ and Cena had amazing matches together, right? They did. The first one, the SummerSlam match, of course, the Royal Rumble, so you already know, like, they're going to go out there and they're going to play the hits because both men are up there in age now, so it's going to be cool. But I think people, again, are, as much as they're jumping around, making noise about this, as you should, I just want to point out something here. I want you to look. So you're wondering, right? Gee, why are they doing this? Well, one, Cena is booked on the show. And I think also as factor in, WWE is aware that ESPN gave them a grade that they gave them, the C, right? And also they're aware that fans were not happy with what they got at WrestlePalooza. So this is them doing, you know what? Let's make it up to everybody. Let's make it up to the fans. Let's give them this match, and let's forget about what happened in Indianapolis, WrestlePalooza. That's what I think it is. Call me crazy, whatever you want. So this is them. All right, look, guys, we fucked up. We're gonna give you this, and y'all gonna like it. They're gonna play the hits, but also let's factor in of one more thing. I need you guys to notice something on this graphic. What do you see? It's underneath the words presented by. That Riyadh season logo. When you see that logo on a graphic, understand WWE is going to put more effort, give more of a fuck when it comes to making these shows feel special, feel bigger than larger than normal. Like, oh my goodness, pause. Bigger than the bigger expectation, basically. Now you know why. Because it's a Riyadh season show. The Saudis are funding the show. It's like them going to Saudi Arabia without going to Saudi Arabia. It's in Australia. So WWE going to want to give the Saudis a good quality, up to par matches with what Saudi Arabia is paying them. Hence why you're getting this John Cena versus AJ match. Sucks that the States can't get it, right? Because if you're living in the States, man, you would love to go to this match, right? If it was coming to your town, but you find out, oh, they're gonna do it in Saudi Arabia. Are you kidding me? It's like the Punk match, right? Like the CM Punk match happened in Saudi Arabia. How crazy would that match been had it been in the States, right? Same as this one. The same as this one. But look, I just think, again, they're going to go out there. They're going to play the hits. But yeah, Turkey Alice Sheik doesn't fuck around. Just also remember, when you see that logo, you know what's up. You know what's up when you see that fucking logo on the bottom of the screen there. All right. So let's get into Monday Night Raw. Raw was live last night. Went down last night from the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana. Like I said before, I thought the show, for the most part, it was a fun watch. Again, it was the post WrestlePalooza, and you wanted to see what they were going to do. What were they going to pull off here? Right? And the show opened up with Cody Rhodes. He was scheduled, he was announced to be at the show. So he appeared in the ring for a promo, but then he got quickly interrupted by Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins said their upcoming match at Crown Jewel, because I'm sure by now you guys know it is, official at Crown Jewel. It will be Cody Rhodes going up against Seth freaking Rollins in the champion versus champion match. But more importantly, it is for the Crown Jewel Championship. If you noticed in the promo last night, Cody Rhodes was sporting something that he rarely wears. Like, we see him wear these suits. He has the watch, right? But you never see him wear that ring. Like, he has marriage ring, of course, but that crown jewel ring. Just decided, because we're about to be at that show, let me bring it out of my, let me brush it off, dust it off real quick, put it back, put it on the finger for this promo, because again, it is a crown jewel match. And he's walking around with it and shit too, as well. And basically, as well, again, Rollins said that he knew what everyone thought of him before asking Rhodes what he thought of him, right? And Rhodes said that their history should not be complicated. But then then said the bigger question, what Rollins thought of himself. And also they referenced the fact that, hey, there's a history. It's not just the fact that, what they've been through in their history, right? In their rivalry, them even forming an alliance. And also this factor in, hey, they go back. And also the factor in their matches. And also they factored in that, hey, Cody Rhodes is 3-0 against Seth freaking Rollins. So now everyone's belief is, hey, Rollins doesn't stand a chance. He needs to get a win here, right? They played into that. They played into it. And like Rollins was like irate about Rhodes demeaning his abilities, and explained that the vision is an idea of what the future of business looks like. And he said the head of the company, not Rhodes. And then Rollins then said that he would show at Crown Jewel that he was the alpha of WWE. Yeah, there's that word, alpha. The alpha of WWE. Interesting, right? Very interesting. But anywho, but yeah, he called himself the alpha WWE, and then Rhodes ended this whole thing saying Rollins had never beaten him in his career. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, confronted Cody Rhodes, right, as Cody was leaving. It's like they were blocking his exit, right? And then Rollins told them all to leave. But also, again, I enjoy their back and forth. Because again, we know that their match is going to go crazy at Crown Jewel. And also factor in, I mentioned that Cody was wearing a fucking graduation ring that says Crown Jewel Champion or Crown Jewel, whatever it was. Seth Rollins was sporting the Rolex that Cody gave him after WrestleMania 40. So there's that history. Chief writes here, no lie, Steve, I'm not a fan of champion versus champion match. I feel like it's lazy creative. Like, this is a yearly thing. I think that's the point, though, Chief. The Crown Jewel is basically that one night a year. It's like another Clash of the Champions, right? But not even, because then every title is defended. This is like a tradition now. Crown Jewel, and so wherever it is, they do that whole like champion versus champion. The winner gets the Crown Jewel Championship that stays in Saudi Arabia, and the ring that Cody was sporting around. It's going to be the same thing with Stephanie Vicaire and the winner of what we get on Friday between Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax. But that's the direction now for this one time a year, according to them. And again, I'm pretty sure also was factor in, because I mentioned earlier, it's a Riyadh season show. They have some input. The Saudis have some input on what they want on this show. And WWE is going to basically go, sir, yes, sir, your excellency, you got it. That's what they're going to basically say, at the end of the day. Remember, this is the same folks who wanted the Undertaker, it was the Yokozuna on the show, remember? Many, many years ago. But again, I enjoyed this opening segment. They're back and forth. After this, We did get the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. They were talking backstage regarding Jay asking for a match against LA Knight. And Jay was frustrated about things and wanted to settle things with LA Knight once and for all. He's basically blaming LA Knight for the loss in certain situations, pretty much. And yeah, that was a match for later on in the night, which I kind of, not surprised by. From there, we did get a no DQ trios match of the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Grayson Waller, and Xavier Woods versus Penta and the War Raiders. And this was a very fun match for the most part. There were a lot of spots in the outside. There was a spot where they used a table out on the outside. They were just going crazy. And I ain't going to lie to you. There's a part of me that did not realize this was no DQ up until I saw the table spots and all that shit. Right. But they were just going crazy here. And this ends with Penta hitting the Penta driver, the Penta destroyer, Mexican destroyer, whatever you want to call it, on Grayson Waller for the 1, 2, 3. And he got air on this shit. Like, it looked crazy. Shit looked crazy. You know what I mean? So, and again, the New Day trying to fucking ban the Mexican destroyer, but it's not happening. It ain't gonna happen, But after this, we did get the Stephanie Vaquer, who came down to the ring for a promo, and she was basically thankful. She was thankful for the fans, her father, for their support, saying she would wait for the winner of Friday's match. And again, like, she deserved. People were chanting, "You deserve it," and she does. She totally deserves it. Her dad was there in attendance again. If you remember on Saturday when she beat Io Sky, her dad was there, so that was cool. And look, as far as the winner goes Friday, I am predicting we get probably Tiffany Stratton. That's probably the way they're gonna go with this. But yeah, man, Stephanie Vaquer is finally champion. Should be fun. Should be a fun one. From there, we saw Bayley versus Roxanne Perez. Now, earlier in the night, it looked like Bayley and Lyra Valkyria were all happy. Everything was good, right? Even though Lyra still feels a little like creeped out about this shit for the most part. So here in this match, you had Lyra Valkyria in Bayley's corner. And one of the things here, if you notice, again, Bayley's going through this like mental breakdown where she's like 3 different people here and shit. So when the match was over, right? Because Bayley got the win, obviously, right? And when the match was over, Lyra gets into the ring trying to hug, Bayley, who was hugging people earlier, right? She was hugging the fans. She went to hug Wade Barrett, who wanted a hug so badly. Please, Bayley, give me a hug, Bayley. Some shit like that. Something like that. And then Bayley just snapped and she pushed Lyra Valkyria, calling her an idiot. And we continue with this. We continue with it. So there's that. Western Rights here. This is the same crown jewel who got Dia versus the Brothers of Destruction. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. From there, we did see Rusev versus JD McDonough. This also happened because of a backstage segment that happened between the Judgment Day, where basically Dominic Mysterio wants to know if the Judgment Day can help him with Rusev, because there's a Rusev problem right now. There is a Rusev problem right now in the Judgment Day, according to Dominic Mysterio. So Finn was like, no, we're not going to help you. And then he goes to JD McDonough. And JD, because, Roxanne Perez and Raquel told him to do so. And it's funny because Dominic pulls JD to the side, right? But Finn Balor is right behind them, and you can definitely hear everything that's going on of what they're saying. So JD agrees. But we didn't realize is that he agreed to have a match with JD McDonough. My bad, with Rusev. That Dominic already booked. So the match happens, and it's crazy because JD had some offense, right? But obviously you knew going into this, Rusev was going to win. Locked in the accolade. It's crazy because Dominic gets into he gets on the apron, right? He gets on the apron, and it looked like he was going to get involved, but he stopped. And he froze, like he was scared for a second there. Like he was completely just like, no, I do not want to mess with this guy. This guy, being Rusev in this situation, will literally destroy me and take away my Intercontinental Championship. And eventually Finn Balor gets involved and he gets Rusev to get out of here. And he looking at Dom like, what were you doing? Like, why didn't you do anything? Well, because of all this, it is now official. Next week, it will be Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against Rusev. Now, I don't think it'll be a title change. I think it'll be one of those things that right now Dom will try to find a way to get himself disqualified. But we'll see. We'll see for that part. But it is happening. Rusev is finally getting a shot at the championship. But we get the match, like I already mentioned before. Backstage, we see Io Sky, who met up with Kairi Sane and Asuka. And Asuka told Sky that she did not need advice from people who lost. Right? And there was also backstage, too, something with Nikki Bella, because Nikki Bella is still backstage as well. And this had to do also with Rhea Ripley. I think it was because they were congratulating the new champ, right? And in comes, Asuka and Kairi. And it led to Rhea Ripley stepping up to Asuka. And they set the match for later in the night, the main event, right? They set that up for the main event. But from basically, that was the main event. But from there, we got Jey Uso versus LA Knight. During this match, the Vision surrounded the ring, right? But especially after the match, again, the match for what it was a, again, a very good match between both guys here for the most part. But the match ends with Jey Uso getting the win. Hopefully, this is the end of it. But again, the Judgment Day, not bad, the Judgment, the fucking Vision, god damn it. The Vision, they were surrounding the ring. And Jimmy got back up from LA Knight. Jimmy Uso made the save. And then we saw backstage, Penta and the War Raider, they cut a promo saying that they're coming for gold. That means what? That means that what? The War Raider going to go for the tag titles against the Judgment Day? We'll see. We also saw a video package of Los Americanos. So El Grande Americano now has a group, right? It looks like those two people who were masked, who hopped over the barricade, being degenerates, looks like they were all part of the El Grande Americano all along. But they made a promo and basically after this, right, they did the whole little vignette, and then we saw basically AJ and Dragon Lee demanding a match against Los Americanos for next week, and Pierce obviously made it official. So we're also getting that next week of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Americanos. Because I think people were also like, man, like, why is AJ doing this shit with El Grande Americano? For what reason? I think also that led to fans like wanting to see Cena and AJ. So there you go. In case you guys don't know by now, it will be AJ Styles and John Cena at Crown Jewel. Thank you, Turkey Al Sheik, for making it happen. Where was I here? Where was I? From there, we got the main event. We got Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. And this was a very, very good match, I must say. And yes, they main evented. They tore the house down, as you'd expect. They went about 17 minutes out there. And when it was all said and done, Rhea Ripley did get the win over Asuka. She did get the win. I think it was by a roll-up. And then after the match, right, Asuka proceeds to hit the mist on Rhea Ripley. Hits the mist. And she makes Kairi Sane attack Rhea Ripley. Even though you see Kairi, who didn't want to, she was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. She did it anyway. Fell under pressure. And then Io Sky gets involved and she wants them to stop. And it looked like it, right? Like they put their hand up and stuff like that. And next thing you know, Asuka attacks Io Sky. Hits, again, beats her up, right? Then she makes Kairi to do the same thing. And we see what Asuka, look, she had it. She was tired of playing this support role, right? And now she wants to show that she's better than Kairi. What I think is going to happen is that at Crown Jewel, we are going to get Io Sky and Rhea Ripley to team up to go up against the Kabuki Warriors. That's probably what's going to happen, But again, I did enjoy the whole like heel turn, the attack. Who would have thought, right? Like something that we thought was funny. And when I mean funny, like every single time Asuka would say, Kairi, the last couple of weeks, let's be honest, we all chuckled at it, right? Yes, we had to endure Asuka versus Nikki Bella. We had to watch Asuka try to, make the best out of a situation of wrestling Nikki Bella, right? All this, and look, it got to close the show. Exactly. The Asuka heel turn, we knew it was coming the moment when Asuka came back and there was something off about her. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yo, y'all must forgot. Like at one point, a lot of people were like so hyped over Asuka, how amazing she is, but they never watched any of her matches from Stardom. But I just want to point that out. But it's in that same, spot. That's where Io Sky's at right now. And I think again, down the road, you could probably do a triple threat. You can definitely do Io Sky versus Asuka versus Kairi. That's going to be crazy when they do it. I'm just saying. Okay. It doesn't need to be in a tour of Japan. Okay. It could happen. It could definitely happen. But I enjoyed it, right? And now to think all that I just said, and now they get to close the show. Asuka closes Monday Night Raw. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, bro. But that was Monday Night Raw. Again, Raw overall, I thought it was a fun watch. We know what we're getting at Crown Jewel. We're getting Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. We're getting AJ Styles and John Cena. Thank you, Turkey Al Sheik, for making this happen. Yeah, thank you, Turkey, for making it happen, right? Now, they're not fucking around. They are not fucking around, let me tell you. They heard y'all complaining. They heard it. They heard y'all whining. How y'all didn't like WrestlePalooza. They heard it. And they know this Crown Jewel show is a Riyadh season show. So let's fucking put some effort into this, shall we? We'll give you this, okay? We'll give you that. And also, we're getting Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And also, we're going to be getting Stephanie McCurr versus the winner of Tiffany Stratton, Naomi. My bad, not Naomi. Oh, my goodness. Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Jade Cargill for Crown Jewel, champion versus champion. Weston writes here, can we please call up Ethan Page or someone new? Raw needs something, in my opinion. Not saying it's bad. I just want something new, maybe to promote Mystery Iguana full-time on Raw. I think Ethan Page should have been definitely called up a while back. The whole thing that he's doing in NXT with Chelsea Green, it's funny. It's good. But we've seen before how they take something from NXT that was good, and they ruin it on the main roster, right? But I do think though Ethan Page will be up sooner than later. Millennial Knob writes here, Millennial Noob writes here, I can see it happening at WrestleMania. Asuka versus Io Sky. I mean, yeah, it could definitely happen. For sure. It could definitely happen. But yeah, man, that was Raw overall. That was Monday Night Raw. Again, they're not fucking around. You know what I want to talk about though, before I go? You know what I want to give you guys my thoughts on? Believe it or not, the PWI 500. Now, I know you guys, if you're on Twitter, you've seen people going upset about what they saw on the PWI 500, right? Regarding the top 10 and all this other stuff. While people can complain about that, and it is what it is, you see this every single fucking year. Oh, why this person this? But people getting mad that fucking Jey Uso is ranked higher than Will Ospreay. It's hilarious to me. Okay, it's fucking hilarious, bruv. But while people are complaining about that, you know what I want to complain about? You want to know what I want to be a critic of, if you will? The fucking cover of the shit. Like, look at this shit. My God. This cover is atrocious. Just look at everything that is wrong with this cover. And I'm going to try to do my best to explain it to you guys, okay? First off, look at these ring ropes in these graphics. Why are these ring ropes here? Why? Why are the ring ropes here? I have no fucking clue. It's stupid. Secondly, why is Jon Moxley looking like he's floating in midair here? Why is the side of his hip here like popping out from the 35 like this? Why are Gunther's, like, look at the hand placement on the render here. Oh my God. Like, look at, it's even for Seth Rollins here as well on his hand. Why do they crop out his hand? Why are these renders like not have the same like effect? What is this at the bottom? Bottom left is like, is Hangman like kissing that Will Ospreay or MJF? I don't fucking know. Like, look at this. God damn it. Why is swerving the bottom like this? Like, what were y'all thinking? What the fuck were y'all thinking? Like, guys, do we not know how to use like do we not know how to blend renders? God damn, we couldn't find better renders for this shit? Fucking ridiculous. I say. But anyway, my thoughts. Again, the cover sucks. It does. Like, there's countless graphic designers out there right now in the space that I guarantee you could do a better job than what the fuck I just showed you guys from PWI. It's atrocious. God damn it, yo. Get it together, PWI. Get it together. That's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Much love to all of you. We'll be back live tomorrow for something about Dynamite, the AEW Dynamite watch along. Chances are AEW gonna phone it in tomorrow, but we'll see. If you've not checked out the latest episode of Steve's Kitchen, go give that a watch. I gave my thoughts on all that went down at WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out Toronto. Go give that a watch when you get a chance. You guys can follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. And with that being said, guys, for myself, for the gang, this has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. Peace.